What is going on, guys? Thanks for checking out this video of my sports Gematria. In this video, I'm gonna go over a football game for Thursday, October 16th, 2025. I'm gonna show you highlights of each side, and it's gonna be up to you to determine who you think will win based on the numbers. I encourage you to add additional information on top of that if needed for you to feel confident in your own pick. And if for some reason you're curious to know who I'm picking in these games, you'll have to join my Patreon with my picture always in writing, bold, underlined, and italicized. For more information on that, please read the pinned comment in the comment section below of this video. Let's go ahead and get into the video. I wish you guys the best of luck on your picks for this day for this game. The video or the game that we're going to be looking at. Let me move over the camera a little bit here. The game that we're going to be looking at for this Thursday is going to be the Steelers on the road heading to Cincinnati to play the Bengals. We're going to have a old-fashioned old man brawl between Aaron Rodgers and what's the other guy's name? Let me see. Let me bring it up here. Joe Flacco. That's right. Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco. Old man game. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and recap last week's results. So as you guys know, I was coming off of a losing week 5. That was my first losing week for the NFL season. Was week 5. I went 1-4, I think, or something like that. So week 6 was a bounce back week. I kind of bounced back, but not really. I did do a little bit better. I did show some improvement, but it still was a 50-50 week. I ended up just with 3 wins and 3 losses. So better than week 5, but I wouldn't consider it a winning week either, even though I just went 50-50. I lost to the Giants on Thursday Night Football. I lost to the Seahawks over the Jags. I had the Bucks over the 49ers. I had the Chiefs over the Lions. I had the Falcons over the Bills. And then we lost to the Bears over the Commanders for Monday night. So this puts me at an 18 wins, 14 losses for the season. 8-9 for prime time. I'm now a losing record for prime time. 3-3 for Thursday night football, 2-3-1 for Sunday night football, and 3-3 for Monday night football. It's really Sunday night football that's hurting me with prime time. But week 6 it was better than week 5, but I still gotta get to winning. I don't consider a 3-3 a winning week. So week 7, gonna hopefully just this time we break the barrier and just have a winning week after having such a bad week 5. But let's get into it. So let's get into this game. Let's start off on the right foot here this week. On this side of the screen is what I call my daily numbers, date numerology, Gregorian Hebrew calendar. And then on this side of the screen is what I call my game numbers, numbers specific to the game. The way that I have it structured here is I have the distance to the upcoming Super Bowl up top. I have the location of the game, city, state, stadium coordinates. I keep track of home team win-loss records for the NFL. So this will be the 94th NFL game for the season. Right here is the head-to-head records between the two teams. And then I have the home team right here, their season record, their coach's record, their quarterback record, their name Gematria to and from their birthday. Then at the bottom is the road team, their season record, their coach's record, their quarterback record, their name Gematria to and from their birthday. Let's go ahead and jump right into this. I'll get myself off the screen here. And I always like to start off with the home team. I'll go over some numbers for the home team to win this game, and then I'll go over some numbers for the road team to win this game. So let's go start with the Bengals and the Joe Flacco, the old man football game. Aaron Rodgers versus Joe Flacco. Let's see what it would take for the Bengals and Joe Flacco to win this game. So starting off for the Bengals, if the Bengals were going to win, it could be some Hebrew calendar connections. It will be a day with 168 date numerology on the Hebrew civil side of the calendar. This is the number 16 quarterback Joe Flacco versus the number 8 quarterback Aaron Rodgers, like 168 date numerology on the Hebrew civil. Well, it's the 24th day of the Hebrew civil New Year, and Aaron Rodgers can get his 89th loss regular season for his career. 89 mathematically is the 24th prime number. 89 mathematically is the 24th prime number. So on the 24th day of the Hebrew civil New Year, Aaron Rodgers can get his 89th loss regular season for his career, the 24th prime. Steelers will fall to a 4-2 record on the season, which is just a reflection of 24. 4-2, 2-4. They're just reflections of each other. The Bengals, they could become 3-4, like 34 for a season record with a win. They would do this with Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco sums to 34. And if you actually write out the number 34, 34 sums to 56, it sums to 110, and it sums to 160. We're going to look at all three of these numbers right now. Bengals could become 3-4, like 34 with the win. Joe Flacco sums to 34. It's the 160th day of Bengals coach's current age. 160, 34 written out sums to 160. He can sit on 56 losses for his career with the win. And this is the 110th regular season head-to-head matchup between these two teams. So written out again, 34 sums to 160, 110, 56. Bengals could become 3-4, like 34 with a win. Joe Flacco sums to 34, 160th day of Zach Taylor's age. He can sit on 56 losses with a win. And this is the 110th regular season head-to-head matchup between these two teams. And then one last thing for the Bengals, or a few things here. The Bengals, they can get their 41st regular season head-to-head win against the Steelers on a day with 35 date numerology for the Gregorian. If you write out 41, it sums to 35. And also, it being the 24th day of the Hebrew civil year, 24th day of the first month, like 241. Mathematically, 241 is the 53rd prime number. And Bengals, they can have home teams pick up their 53rd win for the NFL season. 53, 241, the 53rd prime. And it would come at the hands of Joe Flacco, who wears the number 16, 53, the 16th prime. And that's kind of what I would put for the Bengals to win this game. Let's go ahead and see what it looked like for Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers to win this game.
Sorry to interrupt this video, you guys, but I need a huge favor from you. Can you go ahead and like this video and leave a comment below on who you think's going to win? It's going to help with the YouTube algorithm. It's going to help grow my channel. I really appreciate you guys being here. Let's go ahead and get back into the video.
If the Steelers were going to win, they have some numbers in their favor a little bit. Joe Flacco, his name goes both ways. His name sums to 34, which could be in favor of the Bengals becoming 3-4. But he also sums to 47. And this game is being played in Ohio, which sums to 47. And if the Bengals lose, they become 40-70 head to head against the Steelers with a loss, which kind of looks like a 47. And it is 47 days till Aaron Rodgers' next birthday. And so they could all play in play in the hands of the Steelers in favor of the Steelers with the 47 connection. On top of that, instead of the Bengals getting their 41st regular season head-to-head win against the Steelers, it could be the Steelers that give home teams their 41st loss for the NFL season. 41 written out sums to 35, it being a day with 35 date numerology on the Gregorian. This is the 106th NFL season. This is the 106th regular season game for the Bengals coach, Zach Taylor. And Joe Flacco can go ahead and just sit on 106 wins regular season for his career with a loss. He would become 0-2 for a quarterback for the Bengals, and it would be a day with 71 date numerology. 71, the 20th prime number, 20, 0-2. They're just reflections of each other. And then, of course, it will be a day with 51 date numerology. This game being played in Cincinnati, which sums to 51. Steelers could just become 5-1 for a season record with a win. They would become 5-1-3 or 5-1 or 3-0 on the road. And Mike Tomlin's birthday is 315. Aaron Rodgers written out sums to 135. So if the Steelers become 5-1, 3-0, which kind of has that 5-1-3 look to it, that would be why. It will be a day with 153 left in the Hebrew religious side. The 24th day of the 7th month. Aaron Rodgers would be playing his 247th start, and he could become 5-1 for a quarterback for the Steelers. So There's definitely some numbers for both sides here. Steelers look like they have some pretty good numbers with Aaron Rodgers, but at the same time, so does Joe Flacco in the 34 in the Bengals. And Aaron Rodgers could just as easily just get his 89th loss, the 24th prime number. The underdogs have been hitting in October for primetime games. I think only one favorite has won in primetime this entire time for the month of October. All other primetime games have been just pure upsets. So, Bengals have a clear shot at this game. Bengals have a clear shot to win this game just based off of the idea that majority of the time the underdog has been winning on primetime, just off of that alone. And then you can add in the 34 connections. You can add in the Hebrew calendar connection. Bengals sums to 24, the 24th day of the Hebrew civil. Aaron Rodgers get his 89th loss, the 24th prime. That all can go together. But Steelers do have some numbers as well. Ohio 47. I'm doing this with the camera in the way. I'm sorry, you guys. Ohio 47, 40 and 70 with the Steelers win. Joe Flacco sums to 47. I mean, there are some numbers here for the Steelers. That 5-1, the 3-0. That looks like that 5-1-3. That's Tomlin's birthday, 315. That's Aaron Rodgers' name, 135. It's the Hebrew calendar, 153 left. So there's definitely some numbers here for the Steelers to win as the favorite, but I'm not counting the Bengals out because, for one, the dogs have been hitting in prime time all throughout the month of October. It's been upsets for prime time, except for one. I think Chiefs beating the Lions as a short favorite is the only favorite that has won in prime time in the month of October. So Bengals have a real shot to not only win outright, but at the very least to cover the spread. And I don't know. I'm gonna have to. I kind of just want to pick the Bengals just cause, but Steelers do have some numbers. Aaron Rodgers do have some numbers, but I'm gonna have to just keep looking over this. Hopefully, this gives you guys insight to the game, get you started on the decode, adds the decode that you already have. I really appreciate you guys watching. I really appreciate the support. Hopefully, you guys have had a better last 2 weeks than I have. Started off the season fine in week 1, 2, 3, and 4. Week 5 really got me. Tried to bounce back in week 6, and I kind of did. I won more than I lost in week 5, but it was still 3-3. It was still 50-50. So I'm looking for an outright winning week this week for sure. Um, yeah, hopefully you guys are doing great. Hopefully you're winning all the money in the world. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate the support, and I'll see you guys in the next video.